Happy New Year, Stocks with Josh family. This is the Stocks with Josh show, and I'm going to be covering today where are the markets headed in the first quarter of 2023. What is the VIX telling us right now? Should we be trading the SQQQ or the TQQQ? Verb Technology is up for another day, 15%. It's a nice move. TCRT popping off that 50-cent range, and the dollar, as measured by the DXY, has fallen way off of its highs. So all the Wall Street pundits are expecting another big leg down in the markets, and it seems to me that most people agree with that. But the question is when? Could it be January, February, March? I'm going to review a bullish and a bearish narrative for the markets, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion. Thank you, family, for hitting the like. Don't trade alone in 2023. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell. And remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you guys to buy, sell, or hold a stock. And there are scammers in the comment section trying to get you to get a hold of them on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram, and Facebook. It's not me. I am on the Moomoo app and on YouTube only. Okay, guys, I want to start off with Verb Technologies. There's been a lot of movement and speculation on Verb over the last 2 days. I just want to remind you guys that this is a high-risk penny stock. You want to use great caution in trading this kind of stock. Verb has gone up in just 2 days, 50%. Verb had dropped to a low of 10 cents where it vacillated for about a week, and it's now enjoying a very nice pop. I said in yesterday's video that for it to be a validated move up, we needed for it to hold the 12 to 14 cent range and for it not to lose steam. Well, it did that today, and we even closed higher. Verb has been under $1 since around March of 2022. And in 2022, it received a notice of non-compliance from the NASDAQ for failure to satisfy a continued listing rule. That rule was that the stock had to maintain a price above $1, otherwise it's an OTC stock. That's what's going on with Verb. Verb at that point has gone through a series of requests for an extension to remain on the NASDAQ, with the last one expiring sometime ahead of us in January of 2023, so right around the corner. Verb has many recourses to remain listed on the NASDAQ. One is to see their stock rise back above $1. Is that possibly what's happening? Are they trying to manipulate it back up so they could stay on the NASDAQ? Another would be to do a reverse stock split. That's where they consolidate stock, go from 20 to 1 to get the price back up on the stock. That's really what I saw Verb most likely doing. But it would only take 9 days at the rate that the stock is moving right now for Verb to get back up to $1.20. Remember, it can take a long time to come down, but it can pop up very quickly. From a technical perspective, Verb was way oversold, and on December 15th, it broke above a lower Bollinger Band, which indicated a potential reversal was around the corner. So what is going to happen next with Verb? I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I haven't found any news to explain the recent move. The only thing that I've found is that there is speculation that companies like Process, Elantra, LVMH might be looking to buy them. There's no confirmation regarding that. Process seemed to be the company that there was the most gossip trending about, but couldn't find any verification. There's been decent buying again back on the level 2 data like we saw the day before, so people are piling in. Is this just stock manipulation? Perhaps, but we have to wait and see. But for at least now, it's moving in a favorable direction for those of us who are in Verb. Verb has been knocked down, but on a 10 count, they're on count number 2 to see if they can stand back up and begin to fight off those bears. I'm not going to be selling my Verb position. I'm holding it. Haven't sold any of it. I'm along for the ride. But I'm going to remind you guys that Verb is not an investment stock. This is for quick swing trades only. If it keeps climbing, it's likely going to trigger a short squeeze next. People are going to panic. Remember, to close a short position, you have to buy the stock, which makes it drive up higher. There's resistance above at 22 cents, 33 cents, and 44 cents. Keep that in mind. If people got in at 10 cents and they had the opportunity to sell at 44 cents, well, that would be a massive multi-100% profit. They're going to take it, so keep that in mind. Remember, if you trade Verb, use a stop loss, protect your capital, don't invest anything in a penny stock that you can't afford to lose. Okay, I was looking at the chart for MARA today, Marathon Digital Holdings. I brought that to everybody's attention August 29th when it was at $12.39, and I told you guys it was going to crash and burn, and today I noticed it was sitting at $3.42. That was a 75% drop from the day that I made that video. I get asked about a good entry price for Mara all the time in my comment section, and I've repeatedly said that I'm going to put it on my watch list at $2.50. Not buying, simply adding it to my watch list at $2.50. If you guys aren't familiar with Mara, it's a Bitcoin play. They're Bitcoin miners. If Bitcoin takes off, so will Mara. And as long as Bitcoin moves sideways, Mara will move down. And if Bitcoin drops, Mara will crash. That's the way it'll work. You don't want to start shorting Mara right now. It was a short the day that I made that video and gave you that price. Okay guys, quick station break for the Moomoo investment app. You may want to start your new year off with a new trade platform. There's a limited time offer of up to 20 stocks for opening and funding an account. Screenshot the pic for the details. You'll also be entered into a sweepstakes for a chance to win up to $60,000. These guys have the lowest retail margin account. They've got the free level 2 data, which I show you guys all the time. And they've got the 8 different order types. They're a regulated and insured exchange, and they also got the Stock Josh family chat group. So hit the link in the top pinned comment, see what stock you guys could possibly win, start investing today, and then come find the Stock Josh family chat group. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about the S&P 500. Now, I've called for the markets to backtest 3,900 area, or maybe even as high as the 3,922 area about a week ago. And after the big sell-off on Wednesday before Christmas, it looked like that might not happen. But since then, the markets have been slowly melting up. So as I've communicated in my chat group and on the Moomoo app, there is still a chance the markets want to backtest that level. That would be the confirmation that we would have for continuing the move down. It is far more likely that we would get that move by this coming Monday, as there will still be light volume trading on that day because people will still be on vacation. And all the tax loss harvesting should be behind us, because at that point the market would just more likely go up. So right now the markets have paused from this strong move down, which began December 13th, 2022, when we got a double top on the S&P 500 around 4,100 area. We should then back test to the 3,900 area, like I had mentioned, and then we would continue down. But is there any chance the markets could rally? It's important not to follow the herd in trading, so I want to entertain some bullishness right now at this level. We need to keep that in view. So recently, a stock market indicator with one of the best track records for forecasting future market moves, it has perhaps suggested that there is reason to be bullish looking forward into 2023 for investors. This indicator has been described as the single greatest predictor of future stock market returns, and that is the average household portfolio allocation to equities. That's a mouthful, but simply put, what I'm talking about is that there is a report which shows how much stock the average American owns. And when it drops to a certain level, it typically signals that there is going to be a reversal very soon. This indicator is a contrarian indicator, which means that even though it appears to be a bad thing that everybody has sold their stocks, it typically signals a potential shift. And this is the type of thing that smart money looks at to determine when they should begin to buy. So when all of us sell, they say, okay, let's get back into stocks. Now I want to read this part of the study to you guys. According to econometrics tests, to which I subjected this and other valuation indicators, it has one of the very best, if not the best, track records when forecasting the stock market's real total return over subsequent decades. I mentioned in a recent video that it is also rare that a stock market drops for more than 2 years in a row. So it is likely already that 2023 will be a pivotal year. This report showed that the highest point that households held equities in the past was March of 2000. That's when they owned the most stock, and that was around 52%. And that happened to be the peak of the dot-com bubble, which led to a 2-year fall in stocks. That's the opposite of what we've got going on right now. 1 year ago, in December of 2021, the indicator also reached 52%, and that led us into the terrible 2022 year of stock decline. The U.S. stock market has lost on average around 20% of all stocks in value, so this indicator does not tell us when the markets are going to bottom. But it does suggest that we have perhaps become very close to a point in which it makes more sense to put money into the markets than it makes to take money out of the markets. I don't want you guys to forget, a lot of you know it because you hold these companies: Meta, PayPal, Tesla, AMD, Netflix, Intel, Amazon, Micron. all these companies are 50 to 70% off. Now that sounds more like a fire sale to me than time to sell. So everybody's gonna ask, Josh, are you telling me that things are bullish now? No, but I wanna prepare you for the fact that the path straight down is not as clear as some people are hoping for. If everybody thinks the markets are going to go or do something, it often does the opposite. If consensus dictated market direction, trading would be easy for everybody. But you guys know that trading is ruled by chaos, madness, and some technicals. Guys, what do I think is going to happen? I want you to check out this chart showing best and worst returns on the S&P 500 since 1950. February and September, they tend to be the bad months for the market. So right now, I'm just speculating that perhaps the markets are going to be very choppy moving between now and through January, and it's possible that they will begin to pick up speed and we may see a final low in February. If we do, I will be imagining that the worst may be behind us at that point and that the odds would favor a better return after February for the remainder of the year. Are you guys ready for that? Will you have the courage to buy when the markets are down? Retail loves to sell the bottom and they love to buy the top. As the report I shared today shows, the average American household has already sold their stocks, and the market makers may be seeing that as a sign to start loading up soon. Yesterday I did a video about NEO and that we were $1 off of its all-time lows. Is it time to sell or is it time to buy beat up stocks? You guys tell me what you're doing in the comments section. Are you buying? Are you selling? Where do you think the markets are going to go? How low will they go? And when will they go that low? Stop what you're doing and hit that like for me and subscribe. Get serious about your financial journey by joining like-minded people. My final thought on what I'm doing, I'm holding my SQQQ and I'm loading up on the dips. The trend is currently confirming a downward move. I can't lose any money on that trade because I called it and I bought it at $39, so I have a lot of room to go long. The VIX is still low, which means that the sell-off has barely begun. If we get above $70 to $80 range on the SQQQ, then I'm going to cash out and I'm going to be prepared to go long on stocks. I want to thank you guys for joining me this year on this financial journey. It's been a great so far. Peace and blessings, my friends. I'll see you in the chat.